20 years ago, Mrs. Golden and I were riding along on our way to work. She was reading a newspaper article. I was driving. We were riding past the airport. And she said, "Hey, this is an article about a new type of school, charter schools that teachers are beginning to open." And she said, "This is something we should do." She had been talking at that time about maybe going to overseas to teach in a Montessori school. And I was talking at the time, because I had just gotten a divorce, about going back to my home state of South Carolina and maybe trying to open up a little charter school, because even at that time I was thinking about retiring. And lo and behold, that's how the idea came about. And that's how we decided to go ahead and start the charter school.
So it's hard to believe that we've been doing this for 20 years. It seems like just yesterday that we were having conversations about creating something different, providing Montessori to kids, children that wouldn't normally have the opportunity, and really having an entire school with the same mindset. Not that we're trying to produce clones, really the unity of everyone being on the same page of like believing in the limitless potential of each student.
We started off in a church and some portables. And today we have a beautiful campus, more than 8.5 acres, more than 30,000 square feet of facilities. In fact, we just finished 11 new classrooms.
And we're evolving. It's like the work is not done. We're really looking to create a school of liberation. And what does liberation mean? It means a place where people can flourish regardless of who they are or what their particular background is, and to really kind of consciously, critically, have a critical consciousness of working towards eliminating racism, white supremacy, and really, and when I use those terms, I'm not talking about a person, I'm talking about an institution, I'm talking about a mindset. And unfortunately, that's what this country was built on, so it's really building from the ground up. And Montessori, coupled with anti-bias, anti-racist, critical consciousness, can really, I believe, do that.
Montessori has rolled over to our home, our everyday life, just because between Miss Golden and Miss King, it's just love.
It's your family, point blank. It all becomes a part of your family. From your kids' teachers to their friends. You think about them, you worry about them, you enjoy working with them.
Flee means to escape, to leave as quickly as you can. Flee. Sometimes when you flee, you don't have time to say goodbye or take things with you. You just have to go.
I brought my 2 children here so they can experience what I experienced when I first came. Working here has allowed me to get more understanding of the more Montessori way of how to get kids to learn and to work at their own pace.
I want my students to walk away with a sense of pride for their own education and to take responsibility for their education, to be lifelong learners and go out into society and be peacemakers and be able to get along with others and be team players and be aware of others.
We want children to be able to be world citizens, to be able to accept all children and all people for who they are, no matter the nationality, the race, the ethnicity, or their social or sexual orientation. We want children to be able to love people for who they are.
Everybody do this. Everybody do this. Everybody do this. mind if I do this? Or you can also do this. So what's jazz?
I believe that everybody here accepts everybody the way they are. We're a very unique school because they're not the student, they're our kids, and every child in here is very important to us.
When I came here to this school, there was something like magical. Like when I came to the classes, I look all around the nature.
Montessori for Social Justice is disseminating information and creating awareness for best practices in Montessori education. And as it relates to racism, as it relates to the global majority, dismantling that oppression and empowering the voices through workshops, not only for educators, but also for the learning communities.
You know, it's not the tests first or grades first or, I don't know, looking good or doing work for the sake of just doing work. We try to make the work meaningful and, you know, have a community here.
I finally got to teach Montessori to a community that was hungering for that special touch.
I think that there is such a huge social justice component in the mission of the school and the vision that the directors have for the school, that they really know this, that they embody this, they know that there cannot be peace without justice.
What I want my students to gain is to be independent thinkers, to always value their choice, the choice in whatever it is they want to do, know that there's always a choice.
I had no intentions of becoming a Montessori teacher, as I had no idea really what Montessori was about until I interned here, and I fell in love with it. The biggest impact that I hope the children take through this program is choice, freedom, the ability to think for themselves, to be kind citizens of the world.
I'm also a very hands-on person, so I like to learn by doing. I used to homeschool my children, so I feel like it's a very powerful way to solidify the knowledge that you're learning when you're actually, hands-on doing it, not just reading from a book.
We're in a society where everybody is hurting and going through things, and we don't really know how to handle our own problems, let alone how to deal with others. So I really want them to gain awareness of what's going on in the world and how they can make an impact and make it better, because it's really going to start with them. It's not going to be me.
When we started school, there were a lot of things that we talked about, what we wanted for our children. We wanted the students who came here to feel loved, respected. We wanted them to have a sense of independence. We wanted them to be able to look back on this school and say, hey, that was an idyllic time in our lives.
Many of our alumni are saying that this school was really the inspiration for them to pursue something of value. And at the end of the day, if we have former students that are creating value in society, then we've done our job.